Okay, so we're gonna make our second batch of limoncello here. It's been sitting for about 3.5 weeks. Very golden. We have our cheesecloth, which we're gonna strain out the lemons, and pot just to put it in. Our sugar, and the water is already on the stove. This is 4 cups of sugar, and we're using 5 cups of water. So let's strain out the lemons. It doesn't have to be too hot to melt the sugar, just enough to dissolve it. So you don't need to have a roaring boil or anything. Just warm enough to get the sugar to dissolve. But again, it's 5 cups of water to 4 cups of sugar. And so now we're going to add our sugar. And what we're making is just called a simple syrup, which is just going to create liquid sugar. You just want to keep stirring it. Make sure all that sugar dissolves. And once it's dissolved, you just take it off the heat and let it cool down before you add it to the alcohol. And it should only be a few minutes before this is done. The more sugar you add, the sweeter the limoncellos will be. I prefer mine not so sweet. I like mine with a little bite of alcohol to it. The more water you add, it will dilute the alcohol. So you have to be careful how much water you add, because the more it's diluted, it will freeze when you put it in the actual freezer. It won't stay liquid. Limoncello is supposed to be kind of syrupy when you freeze it, but it will never freeze solid. And if you put too much water in, it'll dilute it enough where it will freeze like an ice cube. Now you can see that this sugar has actually been dissolved. You can see the bottom of the pan now, and it's just really it's ready to go. So you just take it off the heat and let it cool off for about an hour and a half, and then we'll add it to our jar of alcohol. Okay, our simple syrup is cooled off enough to the point where we can pour it in to the sink. Get everything going, and try and do this one-handed. Now you can either put it in the bottles now, or you can put the lid back on it for a little bit and let it stick for a couple more days, and you're all set. And I'm actually going to let mine sit for a few days before I bottle it. And that's it. All done. So 1 bottle of Everclear, anywhere from 7 to 8 to 9 lemons, depending on how small they are and if they're organic or whatever. 4 cups of sugar, 5 cups of water, and just some patience. So it looks good. All right. Okay, this is the final stage. We're gonna take our limoncello that has the sugar solution in it and put it in our bottles. You can buy these online, and I got these nice nifty ones that you can give away for gifts, things like that. So we're just gonna pour it in, and that's it. All right. If you have a funnel, it helps just pouring it in. You can try and ladle it in, but I just find that it's easier just to pick it up and pour it in. Although one-handed is probably not a good idea. So I'll do this with the camera off. Not sure if you can see how dark this is. I didn't filter this with anything other than cheesecloth. And a lot of people, what they'll do is they'll filter it several times through coffee filters to get all of the lemon residue out, just to purify it a little more. And I'm actually going to try it right now. I know I've already poured all the sugar syrup and everything in, but I'm just going to try it and experiment and see what happens with the filter and see how much of that residue I can get out of there. Just a little bit at a time. Because it's so thick with sugar, it's probably going to take forever to do this. So I'll get back to you. Okay, so I filtered the limoncello, and I don't know, can you see that? That one is the filtered one, and that one is not really that much of a difference. But you're supposed to do this during the removal of the lemon peels, not after you've added the sugar syrup. So I'm not sure how effective it was. But a lot of people, like when they filter, they'll do it like 4 times through coffee filters before they put the sugar syrup in. It doesn't bother me that there's little lemon particles in there. So so it's up to you whether or not you want to do it. And so that's it. And you're done. Time to put it in the freezer. See what happens.